Okay, as a follow-up to the last video, because I noticed something right at the end of the video, that the mesh that I had made was still 300,000 triangles or 200,000 triangles or something crazy. So just to show that, I can convert to skeletal mesh here, and even though this thing is a 9,924 vertices, 12,602 triangles, when I create that, it doesn't really listen to that baked data, I guess. It just bypasses it and it says like, nope, sorry, I'm going to make one that's 200,000 vertices and 357,000 triangles. So then the problem became, I have this version here, but if I was to create a morph target on it, it wasn't deforming. So I can maybe do that right here and see. Because apparently when I had gone over here and lowered the max triangle count to 12,603 and then applied the changes like you would in order to make it a lower triangle count, then when I did stuff like this and then save that, we'll see if this has changed, because I kind of have been mucking around with this in the last couple minutes. But I'm fairly certain there's one extra piece of the workflow that has to go on in that. It kind of unfortunate because you have to export it and bring it back into Unreal. But yeah, see, because I changed the triangle count in here, it doesn't want to do anything now. So then what I did to fix this is I exported this out of Unreal right to there, and then made that file on my desktop. And if I drag this in here, now I have the container mesh again, and it's got the proper amount of triangles. So I'll just change that back to the other materials, and then I'll make a new morph target. Oop. We'll call it morph test. And then I'll just bend that metal in, and you can even see that it's kind of bending a little different. Now it's especially all broken there. Good times. Save that. And then you can see right away it works in the editor. So there is, for some reason, Unreal needs to re-import this after you change the triangles to like have a baked version of this, because this thing should say 100% triangles now. Yeah, see, it doesn't have a max triangle count because it's a re-imported mesh. So it doesn't have that problem where it thinks that it's something else, because this has now been, as far as the editor is concerned, baked. But now it works for what we want, and it's the triangle count we'd want. So now we can do deformation at runtime and still have our smaller wireframe. And just to put in comparison here, this is versus the 350K one. So let me just try to not select that. Look at the difference in the wireframe complexity. That is just ridiculous. So if you want to use this for deformation or runtime vertex painting or whatever, again, this is going to kill you. This is going to be way more manageable. 10,000 is not, or 12,000 isn't an unreasonable triangle count for an object like this, especially with all these little bends and folds and everything like that. So with that taken into consideration, I think that this is a really, really, really good thing to do if you're not using Nanite.